Hi, sorry about that. I had to go so quick and take that phone call. I just needed to take that phone call. So anyway, I'm back. I know I kind of rant and rave, but I'm just kind of, like I said, this is my therapy in a way, and it's also if other people, I know I have some subscribers, pass it on, please. Pass Roy if you see this. Kevin Christensen, put it in your for me, please. My YouTube. I don't have a platform. I just upload this to YouTube. So I'm just done. There's no more hiding and no more walking around and taking the torture anymore and the voice to skull and the defamation of character. And there's people out there that are in need. I'm thankful I have a home and a great job now and a vehicle and some new friends that believe me. An ex-police officer that's retired believes me. I go to Bible study all the time. I've been reading scripture. Actually, I've been praying to Jesus Christ, our Lord. That's, he's my man. So I was talking about, what was I talking about? Oh, I don't know. About how bad it was in the EMS and whatever. And I re-looked at this before I'm not good. I haven't uploaded it yet, the one before. But when I met the voices like that, it sounds like a man that's got a deep voice saying, "It's my God, daughter," and I'm going. And then these voices are actual voices of people that I know. Like I said, they voice morph. And I know this can be synthetic telepathy too. This is very broad. I had a book of all the patents. It was like this thick. Sorry, Amanda. I know you wanted to get it. I threw that away at one time because I thought they were coming after me and trying to set me up to saying that I was doing this to people. And that's not true. I got very paranoid and scared and threw it all away. That was 2 years ago because when I went to go look for it, it wasn't there. And I remember that I pulled out a bunch of papers and threw them away. However, I do have a big book. It's like 300 pages. Some good information, different on gang stalking, on MK Ultra, Monarch, Project Paperclip. I've researched it all. But when I was going through that pamphlet or the patent book that I got, this was back in 2020. Yeah, or 2019 or 2020. I found it, came across it. This is because someone's watching over me. Well, literally, but someone with a higher power named Jesus Christ. And I couldn't believe it. Every single patent that was on there has been done to me. It sounds so weird. I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. I've really been through everything. I've had my limbs move. I've had my foot contort. It wasn't a muscle cramp. I've had all kinds of stuff. Holograms. I've had holograms when I was still married to my husband. He thought I was nuts. So many people witnessed all this. And here I am. Hi, everybody. Still talking about it. So, what I don't understand is how this actually works. And that's kind of why I like to talk to Robert Duncan too, because I know it's done by a satellite, like the weaponry. I don't know if it's to a satellite, to some kind of drone. But I don't understand why the FCC wouldn't know that these. I don't know. It's very odd. So that's why you can see some scars too. People go, "Oh no, oh yeah, pretty much." You can feel my skin and it just goes. Duh. You can. I mean, if you came and looked at it, you'd be like, "Wow," or felt it, and you knew what this was. You'd be like, "Wow, Karen, you've been through the meat chopper." Yeah, because a broadcast is like radiation. It breaks things down, right? Like muscle. If it's zapped at the same spot or broadcasted at the same spot, your eyes, Kevin gets it terrible. I'm so sorry, Kevin. They do my genitals too. They like to do my anus a lot. I can't even feel myself urinate anymore. Nope, it's gone. Can't even feel myself urinate. And if I told a doctor that, the doctor would be like, oh, you're 55. You've had a hysterectomy. No. I just turned 55 and I'm very healthy, except for the, what do you want to call it? The effects of this broadcast, this nefarious, demonic torture. You actually, they break. I sat there before and my teeth are super loose. I've taken pictures under my tongue. It was so black under my tongue from the broadcast, so much in my mouth. You have blood vessels in there. Your tongue, the tips of your fingertips, your eyes, your nose are very sensitive. Your nipples. Yes. They break down your skin. They break down, like, can't really see because I'm in the light, but you can tell where they hit you all the time. Especially if you go in the sunlight, or somebody said if you look under a black light, I think there was a Look Out for Charlie, or somebody had mentioned if you look under a black light too, you can see that, but we also have to remember that these doctors and all, I'm not sticking up for anybody, okay? I'm just here, I'm just me. They're taught this. They're taught the psychological thing, the schizophrenia, the mental illness. They're taught this. However, there are some that know what's really going on. We all know that. But what we can do is we can blame the doctors or say, hey, we blame you for not wanting to learn what's really going on to hundreds of thousands of people around the world. And what gets me is, for as long as I worked in a hospital and never got in trouble and worked side by side with people, were my family. They were like my family. That's horrible. People I hear say, well, a lot of these peace officers or people of authority, they kind of have their hands tied because they're all in on it. No, they're not all in on it. You can't tell me, out of all the peace officers I know, all the medical doctors I know, all the business owners that I know, people that really liked me and know I'm a good person, are in on it. They're not. People just don't want to do their research. They don't want to believe. What's really sad is it's like somebody was saying, we're doing this for our children. We're speaking out now, people like us, for our children and our grandchildren and their children. It's gotten that big. This just isn't a few thousand people. I mean, if I wasn't on here trying to help other people, to help their children, to help them, I don't know what else to do but to speak out. Take a stand. I'm done. 7 years of straight V2K is horrific. I can't and will not allow it. I listen to earbuds every night. I can't turn on my air conditioner. I can't. It comes through my furnace in the winter when the heat comes on. Every motor. Could you imagine all the fans at the place that I work? There's a deli. There's all that. There's refrigeration all over. And all that stuff is continuously moving all day at work. It's your brother. It's your sister. It's Monica. It's Jeff. It's Richie. It's a godmother. It's your godfather. It's your stepsister. It's your stepbrother. It's called Nowhere to Turn. That is a true website on the dark web that you can pay like $30,000. to just get somebody for revenge, to ruin their life. You know, for 15 years, I lived with a person that I loved with all my heart. He was very mean. He was always on the bar drinking. I was always staying home, going to school, taking care of the kids. I was always one to drive because he never had a driver's license. And whenever we go somewhere with the kids, bring the four-wheeler over to the wherever to go four-wheeling every weekend, and he'd sit and drink. I might have one, and then they'd sit and smoke weed. Well, I had to be responsible because I'm the one that had to get in the car and take the kids home. I did this for years and years and years, went to school full-time and worked a full-time job in the emergency room. I have 8 years of college behind me. I'm 2 classes shy for my bachelor's in science. I was going to school for my bachelor's in nursing. I was always nice to everybody. I never took money from my husband. I never asked for $400 purses. We made 6 figures a year. He did, and I made 5 figures a year. Never owned anything. Never took a dime from him. I'd have to give him back the change when I wanted a $20 bill. When I smoked cigarettes, I had to give him back the change. I kept a very nice, clean house, very beautiful home that we rented for $900 a month. We had chickens. I had a nice garden, beautiful flowers. And I shopped at the thrift store or Pomida, whatever, once in a while, but most part the thrift store. Why not? So, I have to get up. As you all know, I have to have a right hip replacement. So, that's from Broadcast. You know, believe what you want. So, you know, I just wanted to put this out there again and tell you guys I was sorry I have to go, but crooked. But I hope this finds you well, you know, and just please keep your head up. You know, I found a lot that helped me. Like yesterday when I was at work, my heart rate was about 115 to 120. And while that was happening, the voice to skull would get very high pitched, and it'd be like people fighting with each other. I heard that this is called like a mind hive. When you got a bunch of people, synthetic telepathy. You know, it very well could be. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I'm not here to figure it out. I mean, it'd be nice if Robert Dunker could maybe get a hold of me and we could maybe just like talk. So because I'm not, I mean, I'd love to know how this shit works. Oh, sorry, how this stuff works. It can't be as sophisticated. It's wireless. You could sit at home and do this from work from home. Could you imagine that? I work from home. What do? I torture people. I'm a gang stalker. Have you ever seen that thing? What do you do for a living, Daddy? I'm a gang stalker. And for those people that get stalked on the ground by real people, I am so sorry. That has got to be very, very frightening. To have people following you all the time. Having people survey you like they're surveying me, because there's no one following me, you guys. There's not. Mine's remote neuromonitoring or remote viewing, whatever you want to call it, by surveillance. It's so real. They did it in Iraqi war. I had a nephew that was out in the Iraqi war. I also have a ex-brother-in-law who was in the war. I also have a brother who was in the Marines and went to Okinawa when they had the big earthquake. And I also have a stepbrother, same age as me, that went into the Army for, I believe, computers. I highly doubt it. I just think I was a perfect person to pick, and they just decided to mess with me for fun, get money and get paid for it. Who knows? But anyway, I moving around is a lot. Like, not moving like one. I had told one person that I made a comment. I didn't mean like moving from house to house, because this person has children. I meant like moving, like dancing, going for drives. You know, like in the beginning, I always heard my daughter's voice saying, "Mom, just do what you do every day. Just do what you do every day." Well, they were saying this to me through my daughter's voice because they know how much family means to me and how much my children mean to me. So that's why I think they were using that. And it really isn't, because I just seen my son just now. And I haven't seen him in a year. He just called me up. He was right in town. I flew up there to see him. We're going to have dinner tonight with him and his girlfriend. Now, my son looks completely fine, completely healthy, and I'm his mother. And if he was involved in this stuff, one, he wouldn't be seeing me. And second of all, I would have known in a minute. Because they always say, it's Levi, it's your son. He's doing this. No, he's not. You guys are freaks. You're going to go to hell. I'm sorry to say that, but that is what is going to happen unless you walk away from this and you pray for forgiveness. I forgive you. I do. I forgive you. You have to forgive. But you still should pay for what you've done. Bye, guys. Stay strong, okay? God bless.